So, what they were doing was setting up a circumstance in which, in this small enclosed area of the YMCA, in which I was sitting and charging my smart device and conducting my studies and work via the internet, is they were using this battery pack here, which probably was leaking radiation, which they probably knew that would interfere with. It's electromagnetic radiation and ion radiation, apparently, which would interfere with my ion charger that I use for my tablet. And it would impede its ability to produce enough charge by which my tablet can build upon a charge to fully charge up. And therefore, consequently, result in my device battery completely draining and shutting off, and thereby interrupting my study and use of the guest internet here at the YMCA, which is exactly what subsequently happened. The proof of this radiation will come in the remainder of these photos that I'm going to show in more detail and closer up. You can see it a little bit now. Let me see if I can zoom. Yeah, I can't zoom. Can't quite zoom. It looks like a hacker just interfered with my ability to control the photos here. So, okay, so that's the battery. And in between the battery pack, the end of the lower left of the battery pack, and the thermostat there on the wall, you can see a faint trail of orange against the contrast of the white brick wall. You can also see that orange as you go diagonally up the wall, traces of it being a little stronger in areas than others. Though this picture is more blurry, the camera is trying to decide, the lens is trying to decide which to focus on, the electromagnetic energy being released from the battery pack, or the more pronounced image of the camera. And so the orange becomes more defined in this semi-focused state of the lens. It takes on a more prominent role in the picture as the lens is trying to decide which of the two to focus on the most. Here is the proof of what was happening, or what ultimately happened as well after they picked up their gear and left. They stunted the upload of these photos and video with that written caption. So consequently, I had no choice but to try to re-upload these photos. Actually, these aren't videos, these are just photos. So I re-upload these photos without the caption so that I could get them up in a hurry in a window without further interruption from hackers here in the building who follow me around town. They have orchestrated, calculated shifts in which to follow me around town because they know that I'm dependent upon the free Wi-Fi at various locations around town, and their sole purpose is to suppress my use of the Wi-Fi and to censor what it is that I do upload on public sites like Facebook and YouTube. Right here in Wish It Was high class, but really hillbilly heaven, undereducated Ann Arbor, Michigan. But that's what I would have wrote about that poisonous documentation that I received from the University of Michigan police officers. A few nights ago, just walking through the diag to get to one part of Ann Arbor to another, in that incident, I was assaulted and battered by the two officers that conducted the illegal detaining of my person. This is the time in which this is the time. This is the time of the incident. So this would have been the time right after they picked up their camera gear and left the room here at the YMCA. somebody just logged me out of that presentation, so I'm going to get back in it, because maybe there's something in it more that I don't realize that they didn't want me to video. I don't know. All right, this is where we almost left off. We left off here. So what's next? They didn't want me to show you this. See all that orange? See again how it's more pronounced when the lens is trying to decide which image to focus on. In copious amounts. Here. It even extends over here in the corner on that bag. That brown, dark brown bag. See it here? As the U.S. Marshal security guard in the federal building downtown Ann Arbor would call these shadows. They're just shadows. That's what he told me. When I showed him the pictures and videos of those papers. Of that, not those papers, that trespass documentation that I got from the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor police officers.